This is my sleeper car. She may look absurd here in the teeming rain at Brands Hatch, but underneath she's meanness set to music. It's moments like these where most of what's truly great about Forza Motorsport 6 can be observed at once. The wet weather is like nothing I've ever driven through in a game. The offbeat Volvo family truckster turned track weapon is a perfect illustration of just how charmingly far-reaching and eclectic Forza 6's garage is, and just how heavily you can modify its cars. The glorious driving dynamics, the superb sound, the unflinching frame rate, all right here. Forza 6 is the biggest, broadest and best Forza Motorsport game to date by a massive margin. Bucketing rain is Forza 6's biggest bullet point, and the effect itself is astounding. It's not dynamic, but it is the best wet weather racing I've ever experienced, and a real leap from Forza Horizon 2. The streaking droplets on the windscreen, which slosh under the wipers and trace left or right with cornering forces, are far closer to the likes of Drive Club. But it's the physical puddles of standing water all around the tracks that really make Forza 6's wet weather racing an unmissable experience. Just drag a wheel through one and you'll see. Night racing is similarly good looking, from the pitch black Mulsanne Straight at Le Mans to the artificially lit Daytona, with every car throwing multiple shadows from several sources simultaneously. It's white knuckle stuff with corners suddenly emerging from the ink. Very demanding and very satisfying. Like Forza 5 however, all tracks are snapshots of a certain time of day and temperature. It's all baked in, so it can get a little samey. When it comes to curating a car roster, Turn 10 is the best in the business. Forza 6's garage of over 460 cars takes in everything from pre-war open-wheel death traps to race-ready machines from the current WTCC, V8 supercars and IndyCar seasons. It's an incredible assortment of cars, and as always, they're all fully inspectable, upgradable and primed for painting. There's been a great refresh with how you browse the cars too. Very welcome, considering how cumbersome it was getting in Forza 5 as more and more cars were added. I heartily recommend a year's subscription to the Jelly of the Month Club for whoever spearheaded this tweak. The handling remains fantastic, and the sense of grip and weight is even more pleasing than it was in Forza 5. Engine notes remain another highlight, particularly with a field of 24 cars standing on the throttle waiting for the green. The two-pronged career mode is a nice approach. The showcase events, bespoke races designed to highlight particular vehicles, racing series or eras, are a good addition to the game, cleansing the palette between the standard races. The regular career races in Forza 6 are delivered in a more linear fashion than Forza 5, which meant I couldn't hop straight into a racing series in the cars I wanted to race most, even though I could afford one. I have found myself yearning for a bit of a revamp here, perhaps inspired by the more nuanced Grid and Project Cars approach to race weekends. The new mod system adds some zest to the career, like enduring specific handicaps for bonuses, but I will admit I often found myself forgetting about it, even though some of them give you increased car performance. Don't worry about this mod system giving anybody an unfair advantage in multiplayer though, they don't apply there. Forza 6's online multiplayer has performed well during testing. Even during heavy rain and playing against opponents from far across the Pacific, the racing was smooth and lag-free. Equally good news, those of you who prefer couch multiplayer are still covered. Unlike most developers, Turn 10 hasn't forgotten split screen. Like a big bucket of Hot Wheels brought to life, Forza Motorsport 6 is first-order car porn for the automobile-obsessed, but remains an accessible and exciting racer for those who just want to drive fast in something red with a horse logo on it. It's spinning its wheels in a few areas, but what's here is undoubtedly some of the finest racing you can find on console, and easily worth the upgrade from Forza 5. For plenty more on Forza Motorsport 6, stick with IGN.